Hello friends, and welcome to today's video. In today's video we are going to create a lovely color scheme with this beautiful natural stone called Bianca Carrara marble. It is absolutely stunning, very popular. I have used it over the years on modern and also contemporary homes, as well as traditional lovely Hampton style homes. When you are investing so much money into such a product, it is very important that you test this stone to perfection. When you look at this stone, and I will later on take the camera and show you, it has obviously a white, but it's not your pure white, it's not your crisp white. So don't go installing the cabinets upper and lower in those whites that are not working with the stone. And before I do anything, I always test. Never ever guess a color. You always have to test and see. Your fixed element, like your stone in an open space living, will dictate what neutral you have and everything else that is happening in the space. So I would take my samples. As you know, I have all my neutrals divided into different categories, and I also have all my whites divided into different categories, and certain neutrals have to be paired up with certain whites. And this is what I teach in my online course. So if you want to create a lovely neutral space, feel free to check it out. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to grab my stone, I'm going to test. And I have already done this, so I don't waste time. So basically all these colors that I have here, you have them exactly in the stone. So one of these colors you can have on your upper and lower cabinets, and the other you can have on your as well upper and lower cabinets, or you can also have a two-tone kitchen. Now, what is very important when we are working with a natural stone is, if you want to use Polytech or Laminex, which I work with both of the companies, I have tried my hardest, but not one single color from either one of those two companies match this stone. When you work with a stone like this, it is very important that you actually paint your cabinets. So choose the style of the cabinet that you like. Doesn't matter if it's a modern or traditional kitchen. And then we need to test. Every stone varies. These are natural products. Not every single stone is going to look the same. Some will have more variations than others. You have an option of having a two-tone kitchen. You can also go for a little bit darker, but the whites in this particular stone, you have two options of the whites. Now, the undertone in this particular stone is a gray with a blue undertone. Now, I have also white here that works really well, that it's exactly the same white as in this stone. So if you would, for example, choose a lovely style of the door, you would get this paint color, give it to your cabinet maker, and it would match perfectly. I have seen so many kitchens where the stone is, where the upper and lower cabinets are crisp white. You can't have a crisp white with this stone. You can have a white, but it has to be the white with the blue undertone. So that is very important for everyone to understand. This is crucial when you're working with your fixed elements, with your tiles, anything that it's fixed, with the marbles, with your fireplaces, with the brick, with stone, whether it's inside your home or outside your home. They're very important. We can't ignore it. Now, that is determined. The second step I have done is I have gone and looked for a splashback. So I have found the perfect splashback that works and it has exactly the same white as the stone, and it's this lovely herringbone, and it would look really good whether you have modern or more traditional kitchen. So that is very important. This is where a lot of you make a mistake as well. So I have also gone and found a couple of subway tiles which would also look with this kind of style of the kitchen. However, not single one had the white that is in the stone. Even when I place them here, you can see none of them match the stone. Don't choose them, don't grab them, don't take them. Keep looking and testing until you find that perfect tile, and always have a white background at the bottom and at the top. And also be careful how you're testing things. Don't test things like this, because color reflects differently. Your cabinets are vertical, your splashback is vertical, so don't test it like this. If something is vertical, test it like that, and then you can truly see whether it's working or not. So these are a no-no. Or your other option would be to take your stone all the way up and have it as a splashback. That would also work really well. Now, some of you would be renovating your home, and let's say you want this stone, and some of you are building brand new home, and then either or you will have windows. These windows also will be in your kitchen, and they're very, very important. So the good news is, because this stone has this lovely dark veins, you could either have lovely white windows, or I would have a monument. I would not go for black. It would be way too harsh for this particular stone, especially if you are working on a brand new home. Now, as for your metal, I've got a spoon. So that will be either my stainless steel or brushed nickel would work really well. So that would represent the metal that I have. You can do the same, find anything in your home. Now, if you would have tiles, your tiles have to have the same undertone as your bench, which would be gray with the blue undertone. So you would have to have your samples when you go shopping for your tiles, and you have to match, and then you have to create a color scheme and see if everything is working. If you don't want tiles, well, the good news with the flooring, all you're doing is just creating a lovely contrast. So you can go with something lovely and warm, or a little bit darker. It's up to you. It really doesn't matter. Since we are still in an open space living, and you, let's say, have a theater room or a study on the ground floor, we have a lovely gray with the blue undertone. You can go and get the carpet as well in a gray with the blue undertone. Again, what you're gonna do, you will get your samples, you will put them here, you will test them, and then you can definitely see this is gray with the blue undertone. This is a darker version of a gray with the blue undertone, but I also have a lighter version where you have a bit of darker spots and a lighter spots. The lighting is not really fabulous here, but it's okay. I'll take a video afterwards and you can see. So this is your other option if you want to still stay with the gray with the blue undertone, which you should, but you have to test, and so you pick the right one. So this is just the lighter version. I'll show you all that in a minute. And now we keep going and creating the color scheme. Now this is where everyone makes a lot of mistakes, is going and buying your furniture, going and buying your sofas. When you say gray, everything looks gray to you. So there's gray violet, as you saw how when I tested Taj Mahal quartz. So gray violet, gray green, gray blue. We also have gray with almost like a slight pinkishy undertone. So unless you test, they all kind of look gray to you. So again, you would get your samples and you would test. You always test. And as you can see, this darker one really resonates with the gray with the blue undertones. So that is one option for a sofa. If we want a lighter sofa, we would do the same. We would test, always test it vertically, lovely. We can see the lighter colors are picking up really nicely. And that is for those of you that really love to stay in that neutral space. And as you can see, from the rugs to the sofa to the colors on your kitchen, from your stone to your splashback, everything is speaking the same language. Everything is working really well. Now I have a couple of options here. You can also bring a pop of color. For those of you that have let's say lovely Hamptons home and you want to bring a little bit of floral, you can. I have also tested it, lovely gray blue undertone. Maybe you can use this on your curtains in your kitchen. It would work really well. Again, lovely gray with a beautiful undertone velvet. This would also work really nicely, let's say, as your sofa or your ottoman. For those of you that love a bit of a pattern, you can definitely create a cushion or a lovely chair. And let's put it here. We're running out of space. All right, I'll put it in here. And then you can add piping, definitely, because you can create a lovely monochromatic color scheme, which I also teach you different color schemes that you can use, and you can pop a little bit of different blues throughout. And if you have a home, let's say a room, and you want to add a bit of wallpaper, you have to bring all the samples, you have to test them, find that lovely gray with the blue undertone, and you can definitely use this in your space. So I'll pop that there. Now, the last thing that I have left is this sample from a Polytech. So as I have mentioned at the beginning, it is really hard when you're working with a natural stone to go to Polytech or Laminex and find the perfect match for this white. It's close to impossible. I've tested them all. I have all of the samples and none matched, none came even close to the white that is in this stone. So for that reason, I would not install those white cabinets. But there is a color that I have found that would work beautifully. It has exactly the same undertone as the stone. I have tested it and it would work really well. So maybe you can use that on your upper and lower cupboards if you would like a darker kitchen. If not, maybe you can use it on your lower cupboards, and then your upper cupboards you can paint in a proper color. So as you can see, it's very easy. Never guess, always test. Without these samples of testing neutrals and finding the perfect white for your walls, architrave, skirtings and doors, you are just guessing. Don't ask your friend, don't ask your neighbor or your son. Just test. Your stone is telling you and giving you all the answers. Feel free to check my online course if you're interested in educating yourself about neutrals and colors and how to work really well. That is it for me in this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you in another video. Ciao for now.